Hey guys, it's Shane, Garage at Constant Sorrow. We are working on the Nomega again today. It's kind of windy out here. I'm going to try and see how bad the wind noise is after I record this, but if it's too bad, sorry, I got to get this done today. It's going to be fairly short. It's just, well, here, let me show you. So the thing was, I heard that rattle noise before, way back, and I found that the backing plate for the front brakes on the passenger side was loose. Well, there was one bolt where the head broke off, and so I wedged a piece of some kind of rubber up in there to keep it from vibrating when you hit a bump. So I still keep hearing this kind of a rattly, like chains rattling, like a metal, that high-pitched kind of thing. So I got to looking around, and let me show you what I found. Well, I've started hitting things with a hammer, and let's see, switch. Oh wait, hang on. Grab this. So I got to looking right there. That's the top of the shock where it mounts in the what you call it. So I don't know if you can see very well, but this well, I can't pick it up, but basically there's a bushing that goes right there that is completely absent. So there we go, you can get a decent look there. So it must have fallen off at some point. Funny thing is that I already had, just a couple days ago, or a couple days prior to figuring out what it was, I'd already ordered front shocks because I was going to do them anyway, so good job. Oh, and let me walk you through some other things real quick that I did. I don't think I showed you guys. I put this holly on here. Ooh, windy. I'm going to try and keep the microphone kind of hidden from the wind here. So that Edelbrock that I rebuilt with a cheap Amazon rebuild kit blew the friggin' gasket out and was dumping fuel down into the throat of the carburetor. And I didn't feel like rebuilding it again. So I looked up online what size, because I was just going to buy another one. What size of carburetor would be ideal for this engine? So the only two things they ask you on these carburetor sizing tools on the internet is, let's see, the displacement and the maximum RPM range, the maximum of the RPM range. So I this is a 305. I put in 5,000 just as a guess because I really don't know. I'm not an engine builder. So it came back with two numbers, a street and a race number. So of course I picked street, and it was 375 cubic feet per minute, which is, I thought was super low. I mean, usually these things have, well, I think this that Edelbrock was like a 600, 650, somewhere around there. So I thought that was proper, for this engine. It only requires 375. So I had this Holly. When I had my Corvair, I did the 4-barrel conversion on it, which never worked right on that engine. It just, the engine wasn't suited to that carburetor. So I pulled it out. It's a 390. So I'm like, all right, well, try it, because I hadn't even considered putting a 390 carburetor on this thing. It runs great. Oh my God, it runs so good. It's awesome. So I had that hooked up, got it, dialed in with the vacuum gauge and everything. And just yesterday, I wired in because that was the cool thing about it. It had an electric choke on it, so I wired it in, and it works great. So let's see the other things. Back here, had cleaned this up. I noticed there are a couple little holes here, so I went ahead and just wire brushed it and sprayed it with some of that rust inhibitor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fill those holes with silicone for now, and then maybe put some metal tape over the top of that. I don't know. It's worth a shot. Anyway, all right, let me get this. I got it jacked up, and oh, I got a tool to show you too. You know, I love my tools. All right, I'll be back. All right, so here's the bottom. We basically, this is the bottom of the shock right here. Yeah, it feeds up through the bottom, so it bolts. There's 2 bolts here, one here, one there, and then the top is, as you saw before, held in by this. But look, so where are we at? There it is. All right, so the difficult part of this, what the camera won't focus, is holding that center still while you turn the nut on the outside. That's where this tool comes in. I don't know, I don't get a minute's chance to use this thing. I've had it forever. So this sleeve has got, I think, 2 different sizes. Let me see here. Yeah, it's 2 different sizes. One this end, one this end. So it goes on top of that bolt. And then this one has the top of the shock is shaped like this. So this, I believe, is the right size. Oh. For this one. Oh, no, it's the bigger one. Of course. Well, I know I tried it on here. There it goes. Right, so it's locked in on the top of that. So then you just take a wrench, you hold, or 2 wrenches, excuse me, you hold this one still while you turn this one. It's pretty awesome. Now I won't be able to show you this because I've only got 2 hands, but you get the idea. Alright, there's the old one that got it out. Look at this. This is nasty. That is so old. I can't even guess how old this thing is. Actually, let's try that. Well, it's still got a little stiffness to it. No rebound on it. Anyway, so there was a little issue with. So here's the original clip that goes in. It's got threads on the backside that the bolt goes to. So somebody at some point apparently broke this one because they put a regular nut on the inside of there. So I weaseled it out of there because you could turn the shock this way, and it had enough room to move over just enough to get. Luckily, that's got slots right there and not just holes. So I'm gonna put it in the same way, and hopefully I can get this up in there to hold that nut to tighten it down with. So new shocks, got the Gabriels. Just don't forget to put your bushings and these this little metal plate, put the or washer or whatever you call it, put that on, put a bushing on before you install it up inside there, and then you got the top one to put on top of that. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so I figured I'd show you on this side. That side got to be a pain in the butt with that one nut, so it was difficult to get in, but I got it. But I did want to show you how these come out of here and go back in. Straight up and down like this, and you gotta get the hole, and you can't even see it. So basically, somewhere, God, I keep bumping into things. Anyway, somewhere up there is the hole. So you just kind of stab around until you find it. Whoop, that's not it. Wrong hole. Come on. Alright. I can't do this one-handed apparently. So anyway, so that's eventually that'll go up in there and go over in its little spot, and the screws go through those right there. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. All right, so there we have it, all done. And well, I'm not gonna bother showing you because, well, here, I'll fine. I pushed the wrong button again. All right, here we go. Where's my light? Hang on. I'll show you this side because it's easier to see. There we go. Got her all tightened down. Looking good. Looking good. Woohoo! Love it. All right, so let's flip it around. Let's turn that off. All right, I'm done for the day. I gotta go run some errands, and I'm gonna take the Nomega for a test drive. But I'll let you know how it goes. Maybe. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk at you later.